right here, right now on newsfilter.io. That's where you can get a lot of your news. You know, TW. Sorry, I had a lot of beans last night. If you guys heard that, just kidding. I have a little 2-year-old running around, almost 2 year old. Let's see. So ELPW on newsfilter.io had no news. Let's check another place I like to check the news. Yahoo Finance. It's another place I like to check. 2 down. What's up, man? How you doing? Stocks open? No, stocks are closed on the weekends. Um, yeah, went to 1520, sold at 1456. Beautiful. If you guys got in on that alert that I sent out, you would have been in the pennies. Let's see. Where is there it is? Gosh darn it. Haven't been to Yahoo Finance for a while. A lot of stuff popping up. All right, ELPW. Let's see if it had any news. Sometimes News Filter doesn't put it out there, but you'll catch stuff on News Filter. So there's nothing that I see on ELP yesterday. Nothing. There's no news, no earnings call, press releases. 1 month ago, press release, SEC filings. They had an offering January 12th, January 13th, corporate changes. I'm sorry, January 26th, there was an offering registration, an F1. Other than that, I don't see. What did that F1 say? Actually, let's check that. I bet you that had something to do with it, right? I can't really read through all this crap while I'm on here with you guys. But yeah, there's an F1 that I see January 26th, 20 uh, as filed with the US Securities and Exchange Commission January 23rd. So this was filed January 23rd. Why am I not seeing that on Newsfilter? All I see is the reverse stock split that they announced 1 month ago. Thank you. You try to give me a remote. All right, let's see here. What do we got? What are you guys writing here? Let me catch up. Sold Monday. No, it was a joke. Ha ha ha. You think it will go up Monday? I actually don't think it's gonna go up Monday. I think it might crash. How's everything, bro? What's up, C Miami? How's everything? Everything's okay. Passing by to say hi. Thank you. Yeah, yesterday was a rough day. I lost $700. So, shit happens. The market is very fickle. Even when I was like really confident in a stock and I got in where I thought it was a good spot, and as soon as I got in, the damn thing took a crash course on like a test dummy kind of situation there. Literally felt like a test dummy. I felt like a test dummy. I was like, "Oh, Jesus, what is this? Why did this just happen?" Hey, good morning, Night Owl. Yeah, it was the day's been crazy. A guy in the group did 900% on what? Well, that's good for him on puts, obviously. Puts are yeah. Let's see. Did you catch TDIC? It was on watch list like 3 days ago and blew up last night for a bit. I did. I saw that, but didn't get in. I literally, after the day that I had yesterday, I literally turned my computer off. I think. When was my last message yesterday? Let's see. My last message was at 3:24 p.m. So at 3:24 p.m., I said, "Screw it. I'm not looking at this shit anymore. It makes no sense." And yeah, it was insane. I came even because of it. I was down 2K almost. Yeah, that's good. You got almost even, or you did come even. That's cool. That is cool. So thank you, sir. You're very welcome. Thank you for joining the community and being part of this. We're working on something bigger than bigger than what it is so far. So far in the past 2 years, not even 2 years, um, it's grown quite a bit. When I got sick there, it dwindled down a little bit. The community did. There was some trust issues with some of the people that were in the group. Got rid of them, and then there were some people that were trying to siphon people from the group into other groups, and I got rid of them too. So you guys know I'm very no nonsense when it comes to the honesty of the group. If you're paper trading and you don't tell me you're paper trading and you post like gains like $100,000, like there was a guy that was doing that, I don't put up with it, especially if you don't come clean and say, yeah, I was paper trading. uh, I kick you out. I kick you out. I block you on TikTok. I block you on Discord. I kick you out of the server. Everything. But yeah, let's talk some stocks. So ELPW was crazy, and I think it has something to do with that F1 that was filed. Um, but it's crazy that I don't see it filed in on newsfilter.io. I wonder if newsfilter.io had changed some stuff to where we're not getting stuff anymore. What else? All right, VHub. VHub was another one that went just absolutely bonkers. So here it was, ran up to $4 and or $40.30 right there. Just kind of opened up there. That was an IPO, I believe. Opened up there, ran like literally ran to nothing, ran to $6, $5, and then after hours jumped to 18.10 and then right back down to about 8.32 and then back to 19.95. This one was a tricky bastard. It actually caught me right in here. I was like, okay, there's a pullback. This looks cool. Let's try it. Let's put a couple shares in here. Have to go. Have a wonderful weekend. You as well. See Miami. Um, Came back down. I thought I caught it good. I didn't. I sold too early, and it ran up. This is a 5-minute chart. This is what it looked like on a 1-minute chart. Let's fix all this stuff here. Come on now. There we go. There's a 1-minute chart here for you. So again, I thought I got in at the bottom, and then it dumped like this, and it caught me right in here. This 1-minute chart. This little candle here told me it was a reversal. I keep telling you guys this on the lives. When you see these kind of candles right here, whether you're wrong or you're right, you you have to understand. You see one of these, and you see a candle that's red after this, more than likely it's going to come down. Now you will catch shit like this. I've done it before where you're sitting in. It's probably not going to show on that one. Let's try another one that had actually a good amount of movement yesterday. Let's see. My brain's fried. What had movement yesterday? Let's see. What did I alert? So the Discord, I alerted INLF. INLF. So we'll put INLF here. And actually, let me see if I can change this here. So you guys, yeah, shit, that's YouTube. That's not gonna work for you guys, unfortunately. Two charts is what you get there. But on TikTok, I think I could change it just to one chart so I can show it to you better. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, all right. That works. That's fine. All right, so here's one chart, right? So I alerted INLF on the Discord. I alerted INLF at 48 cents. 48 cents to $1.73 is a pretty good run, right? So here halted a couple times, dropped a couple times, whatever. It's 1-minute chart. Ran up to 173, but look what you have here. It's that same kind of candle, right? You got a doji. That is a doji right there. That doji says it's a reversal. What's it reversing from? It's reversing from a little bit of a downtrend here. And it reversed. It did what it's supposed to do. Now right here, you would have thought this is a doji. You would have said, okay, it's going to crash. But the very next candle, look where it started. There is no bottom wick. So this thing just went up. No bottom wick, and it went up. Okay, so that is a confirmation telling you that this isn't This isn't crashing. This isn't doing anything. This is continuously going to move up. And it is. It moved up. Then you have a top wick. You have a little bottom wick back to a flat top. And then you have an indecision candle right there where it went flat pretty much. Next candle shot up, and then the bears ended up dragging down. Right here, this indecision candle right here is telling you that there's a lot of fighting going on in this area. All right, guys, don't forget to hit the like, the follow, and the share. Let everybody know that I am on the live. And if you guys want to be notified when I do come on the live, where it'll actually show you that I'm on the live, you got to start, hitting up my posts that I put up on TikTok. If you don't say anything to them, don't, like, comment, or share on my post, then I'm not going to come up when I go live. All right. So there you go. So that's how that works. Here's another one. This is called a gravestone doji right here. That's a gravestone doji. Is a reversal and a reversed top wick. This is what you're looking for right here, because this means the bulls ran it up and the bears knocked it down, and it basically closed flat. So that's what that is. Hit 85 and then took a break, right? So everything you do when it comes to trading, everything has to be you looking for confirmation. If you're looking at charts, you're looking for confirmation. Okay. So INLF was just an absolute monster yesterday. They ran very hard. All right. What else we got? Anybody have any questions about any tickers? Anybody? Tickers? Jonathan? Good morning. Yo, I noticed I think I noticed you're no longer a member of the group. What happened? Hope everything's okay. Was what on the watch list? INLF? I do trade Chinese stocks, Ali. Was INLF on the watch list? No, it was not. INLF was not on the watch list. It was an alert on the Discord. Here, I'll show you. So, oh yeah, that's actually pretty good for people that are on the Discord here. Let's do that back in the two charts, because that just looks silly. There we go. So everybody can see. Let's see, where's this? Right over here. That works pretty good right there, I think. All right, so here you go. So here's the Discord. Here is the alert on it. Whoops, there's the alerts right here. So right here, INEO, that was just, it didn't have any gas. I thought it was going to pick up gas. So every now and then you guys will see me, and I will try my damnedest to alert stuff really early for you. INEO just really sucked. I thought it was going to take off. The volume was picking up, and then all of a sudden it just died and did nothing except go down. That's INEO right here. Okay. But here you have INLF. INLF alerted at 48 cents, 48 to 51. That was your entry. And as you guys can see right here on this chart to the right, you can see it ran this $1.73. So that is key. When I put these out, I want people to actually read this stuff that I put in here. It's very important that you read this stuff. Every now and then on the alert, I'll put something like, let's see, where is it? And look, ELPW alerted at 62 cents. Okay. You got SafeX, didn't really do much, or did it? I can't remember. Sometimes I'll put these up and I won't recheck, but you've got this one. This one sucked. You got this one right here, VIVS, entry 265. All targets hit. When it has this little, what's it called? What is this thing? A little trophy like that that means all targets hit. But that's what I'll do, and I just want to find one where I put a hazard. Every now and then I'll put like a hazard symbol or something, or there, right here. This was an alert from last week. This little thing. I'll put this up sometimes when it's dangerous, when you got to be careful. This one right here, seg. You got to be careful. It hit one target, but be careful, right? Every now and then I'll put right here, small size. This is a lottery play, small size. ASPC, hit all targets. Got to be careful. All right, there it is. So that's the Discord. That's, SafeX, yeah. Didn't go high like the others, but it made some moves. Yeah, it did. SafeX is I mean, it's just consistently moving. This one right here. Oh, somebody just asked, do I do China plays? Well, right here, LXEH. Let's see, how am I going to do this so I can actually show you guys right there. So LXEH, alerted, and down at the bottom, I put caution just in case you missed. It's a China micro cap, and the volatility burst. Um, but it's in the notes, so I don't really have to put that caution China play, right? Hopefully you guys caught on to that. But that is how it's supposed to work. When I put these alerts on, I want you guys to catch them. I want you guys to catch them quick. So I try to speed it up a little bit. And if I can go faster, I'll go faster. Let's look at SafeX real quick, because that one it's been messing around. So here's SafeX. SafeX alerted, ran pretty hard. Did a double top right here. Let's see what these top candles are. When you're not trading and you want to learn, when you're not trading and you want to learn, can you explain the cup and handle? Of course I can. I'll explain it to you in just a second. If you guys want to learn and you're sitting there going, "Gee, why did this happen?" or "What happened?" You check news, there's no news. But the stock's moving like crazy. Well, something's going on, right? Maybe it's a filing, maybe TikTok, or not TikTok, maybe X, people on X, maybe people on Reddit are talking this thing up. Maybe there's the 10 bagger dude, maybe he's talking it up. You know, you got to think of it. The market's changed in a drastic way. And the reason it's changed is because social media. Is because when the pandemic happened, a bunch of people uh jumped on the internet. Um on social media, jumped in and started trading stocks, doing things they don't know what they're doing. And there's people like, Roaring Kitty, they're talking up GME, they're talking up AMC, they're, blowing these things up and going causing these short squeezes. Well, the hedge funds and now that you have AI, the hedge funds and AI caught on to us very quickly. So they're looking for stuff. The past 3 days stocks are going up 4,000%. Sure. Sure, stocks are flying. But they're also dumping fast. Look at this one, SafeX. Okay, it ran to 26.99 and just within one candle down to 23. If you've got a shit ton of shares of this, that's what happens. Or what about TCGL? TCGL. What about this dumb thing right here? Ran up to 355. The day before, it ran up to frickin' $466. And then what did it do after that? Right down to 87, you know? So, um, it's dangerous. Again, you have to think, of the market as almost like a social experiment. Okay. That's what you got to think of it. What's up, Omar Big? Good morning. On YouTube. Guys, if you're not on YouTube yet, go to YouTube, because when TikTok goes stupid, that's probably where I'll be doing these lives. And if you're not subscribed on there, it's free. If you're not subscribed on there, you won't know. All right. So again, how do you know this thing's going to reverse, right? Well, this thing was halting a lot. And it's big old top wick. Okay, then you got this little guy right here. If you got out at this top wick, you'd be very happy. Okay, or even if you got out here, whatever. If you caught some of this right here, you'd be good right here. Here's another tell right here. The candles got smaller, started trading sideways. That is either consolidation or or it's the stock just losing momentum. Sure, it pumped up to 466.93. Imagine if you were that guy that bought up there, and the next thing it did is completely tank on you. 5-minute candles. Okay. When you're looking at charts, look at two things. Look at your time frame and the volume, the speed of the tape. The speed of the tape should tell you what's going on with that stock. Okay. Volume, if you look up at the top here, you've got a float of 2.93 million on TCGL. Okay. Yesterday, it did 1.13 million in volume. That's it's not a whole lot, but for a float of this size, and once the price got to a certain point, that did not allow retail, the little guys, to be able to jump into this thing anymore. Now the big boys were playing, and that's what was going on there. Man, can you imagine this guy buying 1,000 shares at 466 and then literally losing half of it on the one candle right here? Shit. Oh my God, losing $300,000 right here. Can you imagine that? I don't even want to, but I want you guys to. FRMI at a huge dip, but has outlook. What I read yesterday. FRMI, what's up, money market? Let's see. Oh, really? Can you say dada? Jet, say dada. Good job, buddy. All right, sorry. FRMI. Huge dip. Dad dad da bub bub bub. Yep. Yeah, he's adorable. All right. So huge dip. It's I mean, it's 181 million float. That's a lot of supply. Money market. It's a lot of supply. Volume, its average is 6.54 million. It did 5.36 yesterday, so nothing out of the ordinary. It didn't have exceeding volume. Obviously, you can see by the chart, these are 5-minute candles. Look what happens if I turn it in 1 minute. It's one of these. That just sucks. Here's during the day, and that just sucks as well. Now you catch some of these little moves right here. Look at this. What is this thing telling you? Okay, there's a nice little green, that's a dragonfly doji right there. Then you got a confirmation candle. It's a big jump, right? And then you got a big body candle. Then you got a doji. Okay, now that doji isn't really telling us much. Next candle you got is a green candle, and that shot up more, right? On things that move like this, that have like zero volume. I mean, look at this. Up here you'll see the volume when I put it over the candle. So over the candle you got volume 114, top left middle of the screen under 9 EMA. You'll see the volume in green. So that's 114,000 shares traded right there. 16,000 there. 15, 6, 3, 7. Notice the volume is getting smaller. That means it's losing momentum. Okay. Money market, they're dealing with some lawsuits. I just day trade them and usually make 1 to 200 as long as good. Uh, as long as I take profits. Keyword, take profits. Yep. Yep. So you see the volume kind of taking a dookie here at the top. My wife loves that word, dookie. She hates it. She hates it. But then you get this. You again, look, what did it find resistance at? The 200 EMA. Look what it found resistance at over here. The 200 EMA. Look what it found resistance at here. The 200 EMA. This is a 1-minute chart. Look what it hit here. The gap that it created previously. It hit it, rejected. A huge rejection too. Not just a little bit. You don't have anything telling you right here, hey, guess what? I'm going to go ahead and reverse. You got nothing. You got nothing. The only thing you have, again, this is a 1-minute chart. Only thing you have is this is market open. What happens at market open? Things go down and then go back up and then fail. Or they continue momentum. Okay, cup and handle. Got it. All right, let's find my cup and handle here. What did I see a cup and handle on? Let's see here. Let's do this one. This one probably had one. All right. So cup and handle. Let's find a good example here for you. So here's a little one right here. We can talk about this one. It didn't really explode the way it's supposed to, but that's because obviously the volume weighted average price capped it. I'm gonna switch TikTok to one screen so I can to one chart so I can talk about it. So here's one chart on VIVS. So a cup and handle, the way it works is a cup and handle usually happens like here you've got an inverted head and shoulder pattern, a little one, right? What you could also see that as is a cup and handle. Cup and handle. Here is your line that it needs to break. So basically, let's say this is the edge of it, the start of the cup. So it drops down, goes, hey, you know what? I have a program for this. I wonder if it'll show, because then I can draw it. All right, where did that pop up? Where did it pop up? Screen brush. Ah, there it is. Okay, cool. And that's there. And let's go ahead and change the color to this to that so everybody can see it. Let's see if TikTok sees it. I hope so. So right here. So here's the start of your cup right here. This is your cup. Whoops, went too far. What is it that? How do I clear this? Ah, I'll get it. I'm still learning how to use this. The program, I mean, this little brush thing. All right. So there's how do I clear it? How do I clear it? How do I clear it? Hand tool, scissor tool, flashlight, no. Options. What was the clear button? Let's erase tool, option control. Option control. Option control. Okay. Okay. Oh, geez. Oh, perfect. All right, there we go. So here you go. So here's your cup right here. This is your cup. Okay, this is your handle. Notice where it stopped right here, right? It stopped here. Here's your handle. Pull back. It doesn't pull back all the way. Notice it didn't come all the way down to here. It didn't come all the way down to there. It came down to here, which is like almost half the cup. And then it went up, right? It went up, got a little rejection. Typically on this, it'll trade a little sideways right here, and then it'll break the plane. It'll break that and it'll go through. So that's one, right? Control option, that's right. So that's what that does. Let's get out of that so I can move the screen. There's better cup and handles, guys. That's just one little one here. Here's another one right here. This is actually a good one. Let me blow this one up, make it bigger. So here's a cup and handle. I wonder if it looks better on a 5-minute. 5 minutes usually work a little better when it comes to cup and handles. But oh gosh, dang it. There we go. Let's see here. Yeah, here, kinda, sorta. It's hard to find them where they're actually, if you haven't really marked it on your chart. So your cup, let's see, mark. So your cup and handle is your tail that is about to break out. Finally got power back yesterday afternoon. That was brutal. Oh man, that sucks. Good. I'm glad you got power. Let me see. I know I saved because I take screenshots of stuff. Let me just see. I might actually have a better screenshot for you of a cup and handle. So let's see. Cup and handle. Let me just type that in. Cup and handle. There you go. Is this it? No, that's not that. Ah, here we go. So I did this for you guys. I did a cup and handle explanation for you, and this is going to be absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. So I save, let's see, put it over here so you guys can see. Absolutely perfect. Now let's make sure that it's sized right so you guys can see it. So this is your cup and handle right here, right? This is your cup right here. This is where it started, right here. And let me grab my little brush tool so you guys can understand what a cup and handle is. It's right there. Okay. So you've got right here, you've got your cup start. Goes up. All right, there's your plane, right? Your plane, your resistance, right? Goes down and then breaks through that resistance. And there you go. There's your cup and handle perfect right there. But the way that a cup and handle works, how's charting on mobile app? It's good. I like it. Unlimited there. I love Weeble. Weeble's great for charting. Um, so there you go. Here's your cup. There's your handle on look at the volume. Look at the volume change, right? So here, even with your volume, you could see a cup and handle. Even your volume will show you. Look, there it is. There's the high, drops down, forms this, then volume starts picking up, right? Drops down a little bit, and then massive volume picks up right here. You guys see that? Any more explanation needed on a cup and handle? So when you see a cup and handle, does it mean it's going to go up always for a quick jump? Not always. Not always. Okay, there's nothing guaranteed. Even with charting, there's nothing guaranteed on a cup and handle. All right. What you're looking for is you're looking for this right here. You're looking for this volume right here. You're looking for a spike. You don't get a spike, it's not going to happen. There's so many failed cup and handles. Here was another one on this one, by the way, right here. Oh my God, I just figured out because TikTok's showing my cursor. What? Dude. I guess that's how I have to do it. Wow, okay. It's going to be a little annoying to keep jumping in and out of it, though. But, you can see it right here. So even right here, you can maybe that's too much of that's too long of a handle on a 5 minute. But if you were to take this cup and handle from here, how do I get that brush tool without having to do this? All right, if you go right here, you can see. So here's your line right here. There's your line. Okay. Here's your cup. This is your cup right here. Okay. Look at the volume, right? What happened? It went up here. It dipped all the way down here. Even your volume does a little cup. All right. Here's your handle. This is a 5 minute. It dropped down. It wicked down and then it shot up. And there's your cup and handle breaking through this right here. Sure, it broke here. It double topped on there for you. This is a 5 minute, so obviously, it's what was it? This one. There we go. So you guys understand a cup and handle? Everybody? Morning. What's up, the one squib? You're lucky you went to work yesterday, man. What's up, Mitchell? The Crusher. All right. So that's that. Any other questions? Thank you for the love you so much. I mean, that's cool. Oh God. So this could have been a big old cup and handle, but it broke. It broke formation right here on TCGL. Right here. This could have been a cup and handle right here, but it broke formation right down here. It didn't just nicely go up and down. And look how far it went down. You got a little cup here, or a little inverted head and shoulder pattern right here. Maybe this could have been a cup right here. This looks like a cup, except it didn't. Nope, that's a double bottom. It didn't do what it was supposed to do. So cup and handles don't always work out. They do work out. Don't let people tell you that on a 1 minute it doesn't work out. It does work out on a 1 minute. Okay, cup and handles work out. Sometimes it takes a little while. Let's see, what else would we talk about here? Here's another cup and handle, IBIO cup and handle. Perfect. That's a perfect cup. All right, here, look. Here's a perfect cup and handle right here for you. There you go. This was when I was in IBIO. This was a 1 hour chart. This is a 1 hour chart cup and handle on IBIO. You can see I didn't get to show you the volume, but this is a 1 hour chart. So here you go. You've got your cup. You've got your cup. Woo! Big old cup, right? And then you got your handle. And this thing actually did end up working out. This thing ended up running to about $3 and change. For those that were on the Discord, this one here, this was on the watch list. This was alerted as a swing play. Let me find my I forgot to keep looking for swing plays. It's been interesting getting back to doing the live streams and trying to keep on a schedule with you guys and trying to hang out with my family and all that fun stuff. Let's see, I guess I have been putting quite a bit of stuff on there. Here's the IBIO. Let me turn this into two charts again so you guys can see the alert. For those of you that are on the Discord, there you go. A little gnat. What is that? Yeah, it's a little gnat. What the hell? Here you go. So this was the IBIO right here. Yeah. So you guys can see my cursor on TikTok. So here's IBIO right here. Okay. This was the swing play alert. Okay. This was me basically telling you guys right here that historically this stock, whenever it gets a little bit of volume, whenever it's got something going on, look at 119 2011, 1020 2014, 3. So threes, right? It continues to get back into the threes. Sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 6, but it has history of going to a certain price, right? Well, it was at $1. Here it was at $1.20 when I put this out. Okay. So there you go. Did this just drop me back down to the bottom? Damn it. IBIO. IBIO, IBIO, IBIO. My shit day MNT, that cost me 180. That was 12/10/2025. That was a shit day, but IBIO did okay for me. But anyways, I can keep on going on about stuff like that, but it worked out. Let's see what IBIO actually ran to. IBIO. Oopsies. Pardon me. Pardon me. So let's see. That was a 1 hour chart that we were looking at there. So it ran to 289 there. There we go. There it is. There it is. So here's that cup and handle that I was showing you guys right here. Jump back to one chart here on TikTok so you guys can see it a little better. All right, so here you go. There's that screenshot that I took, right? So look, it didn't work out. The cup and handle didn't work out. It actually ended up dropping down to what? 116 there? Dropping down to 92 cents. Cup and handle didn't work out. Hit 216, ended up dropping down. We stuck with it. Here's another little cup and handle right here. It ended up shooting up to $3.82. This was a swing play. Swing plays do take a few days. They could take a few weeks. Okay, but it worked out. Ran to 382. I believe on my alert there on IBIO. IBIO, my alert was IBIO swing update. Okay, there's a swing update. So it was taking longer. IBIO. Okay, thesis was targeting 185 to 210. So this is way before it even hit. This was way before it even hit this 216. Got it. Thank you. What's up, JC? All right. So here you go. This was alerted. What day was this? I'll drag this over here for you. There you go. This was alerted 10/21/25. 10/21 of 2025. 10/21 of 2025. 10/21 is right here, ladies and gentlemen. What price was it at? Under $1. Right here. So 10/21, 2025. 10/21 started over here. The highest it was on 10/21 was when it ran to $1.46 and came back. You guys see that? Here's 10/21. This is where it started. Okay. Started at 99 cents, so $1, ran to 10.46, took a break back down to 109. The alert is right over here for you, right there. 10/21/25 at 7:08 in the morning. There it is. There's my bullish thesis on it. Then I did some updates. Let's see. I can put it right here. You guys can see it. Then I did some updates right there. Right there. Perfect. IBIO. Updates. Take profits. Right there. Oh yeah, that's right. It was before obesity week. They had a bunch of they had a bunch of what are they called? Events? What are they called? Conferences. There we go. A bunch of conferences coming up. So this was alerted way before that. But look, already take profit, one hit, take profit two's pending, take profit two hit on 10/23, on 10/24, IBIO swing update, bum 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 bum. Targets 155, 185, 210. Look at that. Fire. Let's go. And right here, IBIO bullish. Hard data, not hope, right? And then this is where I did the analysis on the different days that it went over $3. And this pattern repeated, price behavior spanning 14 years. It does not stay down here forever. Okay, psychological, technical response at these levels creates breakout conditions almost every cycle. Okay, key levels, entry 114, 128, target 250 plus. If the pre-run hits, it totally did. It totally did. It went to 385. So look at that. All right. So hopefully that gives you guys some hope. I got to look into some swing plays again. It's been a little crazy, but there you go. Damn swingers. Yep. Yesterday, IBO announced prospectus for resale of common stock per Weeble Benzie. Okay. Thank you for the one squib. All right. So IBIO isn't in play right now. IBIO isn't in play right now. Okay. But we were talking about cup and handles and things like that. Do they work? Yes, they do. There was a time where I was on TikTok and okay, watching you on YouTube now, boss. Hey, this is two down. All right, man. What's up? All right. So any tickers you guys want to talk about? You want me to go over? Let's go. Come on. Thank you, Coffee Badger. I appreciate you. Let's go. Here to learn. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's go. I'm gonna look at IBIO real quick. Stocks repeat themselves. They repeat the patterns. Yeah, so they did. They announced 26 million private placement 3 weeks ago. IBIO to participate in 8th annual Evercore Healthcare Conference. That was 2 months ago. So that conference is probably over. When was this? December 4th. Yeah. We knew about all that stuff. Also, keep in mind, you know, This company, IBIO, does this all the time. They'll drop down to like $1 and then they'll go up to $2. They'll drop down $1 and they'll move slow, but it's consistent. Yeah, you did good on UMAC. Let's see here. What is this? Oh, yeah, perfect. Oh, this is good. I'm gonna turn up the volume so I can hear what I say in here. But all right, this is absolutely perfect. This little video I did on NAS for a cup and handle, absolutely perfect. Oh, this is great. Okay, I want to hear it personally. I want to listen to it. I want to see. Hopefully, you guys can hear it. We'll see. Let's see. I can't hear it. Is there no volume? The volume. Where's the volume on this shit? I can't even hear it. All right, but anyways, so let's do this. You guys can see the cup, right? You guys see the cup. You guys see the handle. See, this handle didn't even drop down below, but it did a cup and handle. Here's the top of that right here. All right, what was this? Was this okay, this is a 5 minute. This is a 5 minute chart. On a 5 minute chart, it broke through the cup part of it. Shot up, broke through, came down to its where it was resistance. It was resistance up here. Went down to that went up to that resistance, broke through, came back down. Now it's support. It gave you a little hammer or a gravestone doji, whatever you want to call that. Then it gave you a little green candle, a little red one, no big deal. And then green, there's your confirmation. This is why I always say wait for that confirmation. And then it shot up. And look at that. Hit 812. I don't even know what it was down here, but that looks like a lot. These are 5 minute candles. So that was NAAS. Cup in hand. Anyways, whatever. Let's DKI. All right, let's take a look at DKI. If you guys are looking for swing plays, what I suggest you do, and I don't really suggest looking at the daily, although CATX, that's how I knew where it was going. I'm going to do that real quick. Sorry. So here's CATX just to show you guys. This one was a really good one, and the reason that I looked at this one is because I looked at the daily and I saw this gap right here, this big gap, and I was like, "Huh, I wonder what happened." Well, they had earnings, so maybe earnings were bad, right? Whatever, who knows? But this thing was just trending, and every time it would hit this little line right here at 420, 420, 420, 420, and broke out, it kept wanting to fill this gap, although it couldn't. And this is on the daily. See, 1 day charts on the daily. Here we go. It filled that gap perfectly. It filled that gap perfectly. Hit $6.16. All right. So what do we see here? Who can tell me what they see on the chart? On a 1 day chart, starting all the way back here. Let's see. Who's got it? You get an air high five if you get it right. Good morning, the bear. Anybody got it? Anybody got it? Inverted head and shoulders. Thank you, the one squib. You got a big old inverted head and shoulders on a 1 day chart right here. Boop, boop, right? Boop. There's your other shoulder. They're bigger because it's a 1 day chart. All right. So it finally broke through a little bit. That ran to $5.39. Then took a big old shiitake mushrooms on you there. Okay. What a beast. This was so much fun. But that's where I got the gap from. That's why on Weeble, on the Discord, I alerted this thing and I said, "Hey guys, this thing's got a ginormous gap." The way that it was moving that day that I was talking about. So we're going to go back to present day, right? The reason that I knew what it was doing is because of that gap. And this is what that day looked like right here. Because I alerted it on the Discord. Is the dog inside the house? I think. Yeah, she's pawing at the glass. All right, so this is how I knew this thing was going to go. I checked the 30-minute. I checked the 5-minute. I wanted to see what it was doing, how it was working, and it was a consistent uptrend. So then on the 1 minute, this is what it did on the 1 minute. And this is gorgeous. This is just gorgeous. All day long. All day long. On the Discord, I alerted this CATX. What was that? What did I alert it at? I think it was like 256 or 356. There's VIVS. CATX was alerted at 365. There we go. CATX right there. There's your alert. Okay. And I said on that alert it was going to 490. Why did I say 490? Because I knew it was going to break through 420. How is a head and shoulder? How is it a head and shoulders? Really? You didn't see the head and shoulder pattern? Okay, we'll go back to that. I don't mind explaining it. But right here, you've got this beautiful uptrend right here at the very beginning of this. So it got on my radar right about there. Then I started watching. I was like, oh man, this thing's just trading sideways. What's going on? Then I started seeing volume start pop up, right? Started seeing the volume pop up. Then about 365 is when I alerted it. 365 is right about here, right here in this little area. Okay. You know, I just noticed that on the single chart, for some reason, TikTok is showing my cursor. I have to figure that out. I like that it's showing my cursor. But it doesn't show the cursor on the other one. So I got to figure that out. Anyways, so then it started running up. Once it broke 420, which we knew from previous experiences, we knew that this thing was going to keep going. And boy, did it go. It filled that gap. So people were like, well, how did you know? Well, how did you know? Well, you got to look in the past to try to predict the future. Okay. It's all the same. It is all the same. Just saying. Collaboration and inquiry. All right. We'll see. We'll see. It looks like somebody watching the live wants to do collaboration, or somebody that was watching the live wants to do a collaboration. We'll see. Anyways, but look how pretty that was. And then what do you have? Then what do you have telling you that this thing's going to go down? Well, it did a little double top here. It tabletopped you. It almost did it perfectly. You got that small wick on the big candle here. Let me zoom into that for you guys. So you can see that little tiny wick at the top of this one. Then you got a flat line on the second candle. It dropped. That's about a 30-cent drop. Actually more. That's about a 40-cent drop right there. You have no continuation. You could have used this as support, or you could have used 598 as support and said, hey, that sucks. Hey, look at that. My buddy Calvin's in the house. Guys, everybody say hi, Calvin. Everybody say hi, Calvin. Calvin, dude, you're awesome, man. It's amazing that you were able to come in and, with your 254,000 followers. Yeah, you're not the right Calvin. You're blocked. Everybody say bye, Calvin. Bye, Calvin. Oh man. Oh, fakes. Fakes, fakes, fakes. Bye, Calvin. All right. Know that the real Calvin has way more followers than 250 something thousand or 260,000. Yeah, he's TikTok famous. The real one. Anyways, so look, this is telling you it's losing speed, right? Losing speed. But it was very cool how it ended up running to and hitting that exact number there. That was pretty cool. And then obviously dump and dump and dump. All right, head and shoulders pattern, right? How is this a head and shoulders pattern on the 1 minute or the one what was it, on the daily, right? On the 1 day? How was it? Well, here, let's talk about it. How is this a head and shoulders pattern? Can somebody tell me how this is a head and shoulders pattern? Let's make it bigger so we can see it better. There you go. How's that a head and shoulders pattern? How is that a head and shoulders pattern? It's perfect. It is a beautiful head and shoulders pattern. So I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna draw it out. I'm gonna draw it out for you here. Right here. Okay. Let me get this off because this was the previous one we were talking about, the cup and handle. Okay. All right. How is this a head and shoulders pattern? Well, you got one shoulder here. This is one shoulder. This is your head. Okay. This is your other shoulder. Right here. But you could even said this was a head and shoulders right here. So let's change the color real quick. Let's go red. So you've got your shoulder, right? You've got your head. You've got your other shoulder right here. And it broke through this line right here. Okay, that's considered your neckline. It broke through that, this little dip, and it shot up. What is that? That's like, I don't know, 550, we'll say. That's about 550 that it ended up running to there. You could look at it like that. Got it. Sweet. What's next, guys? What's next? I like these Saturdays with you guys. It's fun. I just wish there was more people in here. I know people have families and stuff. I get lonely. My family's over there having fun playing, and I'm over here working, you know? I and I see Mitchell. Mitchell paid me for my work. He gave me a love you so much. I love it. All right, let's go. What were we talking about? We were gonna look at DKI, right? That was for don't worry. Don't worry. Let's look at DKI. I got sidetracked. I love that stock. CATX was beautiful for me. All right, here's DKI. DKI looks like it started over here. Nothing else before, right? So it opened up, it IPO'd right here. What do you usually do? You get an S1, right? An S1 when you IPO, right? DKI, what's the news, dude? Does it have any news? DKI, what happened? What? Am I on the right one here? Is this what's going on here? What's going on here? Yep, there you go. Yeah, it IPO'd back here because this is a daily. I keep I keep screwing with myself because I changed it to the 1 day chart and I screwed up. Hey, let's go back to like because I looked at the thing. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. Anyways, all right. So here's a 1 minute. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about today, yesterday. Well, yesterday it looked like it did pretty good, right? In the after hours, it's freaking rocketed. And what pattern do you see? But even before you get here, right? Even before all this, like, what pattern do you see right here? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? What pattern you got? And it hit all my targets. It hit all my targets. You gotta love it when it hits all the targets. You gotta love it. Head and shoulders pattern. That's right. That is a head and shoulders pattern. That right there tells you it's doomed. But it's not doomed forever. And that's something you guys have to understand as well is a head and shoulders pattern happens, it will go down, but it can come right back up. In this situation, this head and shoulders pattern right here, inverted, failed. It did not break through that support, which is your volume weighted average price, that yellow line. But you got your head and shoulders pattern right here that worked out. It even broke support. So this was your support right here. And then it came down to its next support, which is this red line, which is 200 EMA. You guys see that? Yeah, it tried, but it got stuck. And you'll see a lot of stocks do this too, where it gets stuck between the 200 EMA and the volume weighted average price. Sometimes if you time this right, You can catch that little run from the 200 EMA to volume weighted average price. What do you guys see right down here? What do you guys see right down here? You see a little double bottom right here. Bloop, bloop, and then back to volume weighted average price. Now it's not a huge run, but you're going from about 73 cents to about $1.09. That's roughly 40 cents, 35, 36, something like that. All right. Then it comes back down to the little red line, which is now 80 cents. And it tries to go back up to the volume weighted average price, but it hits resistance again. Look where your resistance is. Right here. Right here. It showed you, okay, I can't get over this. I'm having trouble. Gets knocked down. Hits the volume weighted average price, gets knocked down. 200 EMA. Well, let's see. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't, right? Boom. Well, shit, failed, but you still caught about 20 cents. We're talking pennies. We're talking pennies, but those pennies add up. Those pennies add up. All right, so DKI, what do I think it's going to do? Well, considering it was using this as support, now it's its resistance because it's below. What does this stock usually do? So let's look at the 30-day. Or the 30-minute, I'm sorry. 30-minute. What's it doing? Nothing. Nothing. Looks like it's trying to use the 20 EMA on a 30-minute chart to move as support. Okay, if it breaks through 63, breaks down through 63, guess where it's going to go? It's going to go back down to the 200 EMA, which is looking like it used it as support resistance on the 30-minute line for quite a while. Look at how many times? Lots of times. Support here, resistance here. Okay. So what's it going to do? More than likely is it'll break through the 20 EMA and drop right back down to that 200 EMA on a 30-minute. Is it going to do it right away? Probably not. We don't know. But you can see what the volume's doing. The fact that it did this in after hours, if you're looking for continuation, you're talking about a weekend that we're in right now. Usually continuation over a weekend doesn't pan out because it loses momentum. And look at all these bag holders you got up here. How many bag holders you got at 187 that thought this thing was going to erupt? The dipshits that on whatchamacallit, on the whoopsies. No, I want to switch to that chart. There you go. The dipshits that in here were like, hey man, no man, this thing's gonna blow up. It's going to $10. Let's see. Boom on Monday. This guy right here. So we have, I don't know why it doesn't show my cursor. All right, let's do this. Let's erase this shit right here. You got this ding dong right here. Boom on Monday. This guy right here. Okay, so you gotta check him out. Does he know what he's talking about, or is he just some dipshit? Well, let's see. Let's see what he is. Let's click on him. Here, he's got stock predictions. He's got none. He's got no stock predictions. So is this guy someone that you should take some advice from? Well, let's think about two things. If he is, don't you think he'd have more followers? Look at this. One person following him. It's probably himself on his other profile. He's only posted 2 things. Okay, I'm trying to give you guys some input here on what these jackasses do. That's a jackass. Boom on Monday. I don't know. Doesn't look like it. I like his positivity, right? That's nice. Short squeeze coming Monday. Right here. This guy. Here's another one. Let's see. Is this the same guy? 1 follower. No predictions. No predictions. It looks like he was all over this stock, riding shorts, holding her down. But Monday morning, whale bulls will be there. Yeah, I don't know. Looks like he was he was trying to send a message like every minute on this stock. So no predictions for that guy. Shorts, learn your lesson from TCGL. Both Chinese stocks. Yeah. Okay, sure. Uh-huh. Let's see, Sir Spamalot. What's this guy? Stock predictions. Oh, he's done 17, which is nothing. Okay. Predicted 17 stocks. He was correct on 12. 70% accuracy. Who cares? That's great. Maybe he's cherry picking. He's got 432 followers. That's good. That's good. Okay. That's good. Let's see. Let's see what his posts are. Ah, China bagged you. Ha. Let's see. What did he say here? Holds 88. We'll take a little dabble. Blah blah blah. All right. I usually look for people that have a lot of predictions and have a good percentage. Here's mine. Stock predictions. I've predicted a total of 1,200 stocks. 1,200 times I've predicted. I'm correct 913 times out of those. My accuracy has gone up 76%. I don't sit there and cherry pick. You guys know that. I've shown you guys every time I post something. Okay? Look at right here. Let's see. Let's look at my posts on here. You'll see that I do put some stuff out here. Right here. AP, that was another one I alerted. What was it? AP, what is this one? This was APRE. I predicted. Why are you not 100% Jrock? LOL. It's hard to be 100% in a market like we're in. And when I was doing this back in the day, literally been doing this since like 2012. I don't know when I started predicting on here. I'll have to check that out. But I wasn't taking it seriously. I'm taking it seriously now. Now I'm not jacking around. Right here. So I predicted on APRE. Here's the chart, APRE right here. Yep, I called this shit out. It worked out. It was good. Ran to 149. What did I alert it at on the Discord? Let's go down to the bottom. Down to the bottom. Let's see. APRE was alerted. APRE was alerted at 74 cents. There is your APRE alert right here. Right there. APRE right here. Alerted. Okay. Look what happened. Entry 74. Stop 69. Take profit 1, 2, and 3. And look at that. It hit 149. I think that was pretty good. But you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to mark it bullish. Or did I? I'm curious. I'm curious if I marked it bullish. That would be very cool if I didn't forget. Because sometimes I forget to go on here and actually do that. Let's see. What does it say? Oh yeah, okay. I did right here. Congratulations. Let's see. Can you guys see that right here? Can you guys see that? I like to boast. I'm boasting now. You know why? Because somebody's got to pat me on the back. All right, right here. I predicted APR. Whoa, shiitake mushrooms. Right here. Okay, so it rose 34.91% from when I predicted it. Okay, the way you predict is this over here. You click one of these. Did that. Predicted it. It rose 34.91%. Pretty good. I earned 1 point. All right. What tickers you guys want to talk about? I'm done boasting for now. You guys want to help out. Hey, look, I don't do challenges. I don't do that stuff. I appreciate all the little shillings you guys can throw at me on here. I don't ask for much. I mean, the goal is 100 lightning bolts. I think that costs people like $1, if that, maybe that. Um, what's up, Hermes? ASBP. Yeah, that one was interesting yesterday. ASBP. That one was interesting yesterday. Well, you might have actually on a 30-minute, you've got a nice little pattern going here, right? On a 30-minute, your MACD turned red, came down in after hours. Why? Because it was weekend. It was a weekend. That's why. That's why it went down. And it spiked from $1.40 to $2.45, just missing my take profit right there. That was the first target on this one. There's my second target. These targets were on the live stream that I did for you guys in the morning. In the morning, pre-market. There you go. Didn't hit. Missed it by what? 17 cents? 18 cents? No. 8 cents? Yeah, 18 cents. Missed it by 18 cents. Damn you, Jarek. Hey, what's up, hot boy? Thank you for the 4 lightning bolts. I appreciate you. Someone listened. That's great. I'm just playing with you guys. Relax. I know. It's hard in a market where it's hard to make money. Like I said, what broker do I use? This is Webull. If you guys want, if you don't already know, I have a website. Here's my website. Okay, I'll show you. That way you get free stuff and I get free stuff if you want to switch over to Webull. Webull is very well known. Read my reviews. I've got 93 of them. Okay, but you go to helpful links right here. Go to helpful links. It's the very first one right here. Do you have a broker? If not, this is one that I recommend, very highly recommended by me and other TikTokers and YouTubers and all that stuff. Uh, I like using Webull because it actually allows me to trade. I'm here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Pacific Standard Time, so it allows me to trade from 1 in the morning, which is pre-market, into after hours and into close of after hours, which is 5 p.m. my time. So basically, I can trade all day. Charles Schwab, um, Charles Schwab. What's the other one? Um, Fidelity. Those guys, those guys open at 4. They don't allow you to trade early pre-market, and then they do allow you to do after hours, but they cut you. They don't let you do the 3 hours before. You got Webull, and it don't let me do penny stocks. You have Webull. It doesn't let you do penny stocks. Where are you located? Are you in like Canada or something? Let me look that up real quick. Let's see here. Webull, North Carolina. Hmm. Now Brian says Moo. I don't use Moo. I don't push Moo because I know nothing about it other than I know that there's other social media guys that push it, and some of the guys that are pushing it are on my shit list for being pumping numbers. The only reason I say that is because they have over 100,000 followers, over 100,000 followers on more than one platform. And so if these guys say a stock is going up, it's probably going up because they said it's going to go up because a lot of people just jump in all willy-nilly and then it goes up. But I don't recommend doing that, following those guys, just for that reason. Here with Jrockstocks, you're not going to get that shit. I don't stand for pumping dumps. Do we play them? Sure, but I don't sit there and go, hey, this one's going to go here, and hey, everybody sell here, because no, that shit don't work. Weeble, I'm not willy nilly. No, you're Brian. You're Brian. You're part of the community. But I don't know. Do you use Moo? It's a phenomenal stinky pinky. Jesus Christ. You've been coming on more. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming on more. It's been a while. I think you're on. You're on with me. Let's see. Here, hold on. I got it. I got it. I got it. Platforms. Let's see what Chat GPT comes up with here real quick. All right. Scalps. Okay, so here, this is what Chat GPT says. I said, give me a rating from one best, five worst for trading penny stocks. It says Fidelity is number one. It says zero commission on penny stocks, including OTCs. Strong execution and research tools, next level order quality. Advanced Active Trader Pro is solid for charts and quick execution. I might have to check that out. Best overall balance of low cost plus tool plus reliability. Second, very good, is Webull. Commission free for exchange listed penny stocks. Okay, so not OTCs, which OTCs are tough, man. OTCs are really hard to play with. Let me get this off my website here. But anyways, let's just do this real quick before I continue into that. Jrockstocks.com. Go there, do that. I did this. I updated this. What the freaking hell? Let's see. Let's see. What happened? What happened? Where is that? What happened? I literally just updated this. The past week accuracy was shit. There were a few really good days, but 56%. That's the only thing that popped up. Uh, I will play with this, and this will be fixed today, so you guys know what my track record is. But yeah, that sucks. There's the about. If you guys want to read about me, know about me, all that stuff right there. All right, watch this blog. Considering this was yesterday, I can show you that. This was yesterday's watch list that came out the day before. See, 2 days ago. LRHC was on here. VIVS was on here. MGLD was on here. And what actually hit, let me see. Let me check that out real quick, because I did update that on my thing here. So LRHC hit take profit 2. LRHC hit 720. Entry was 570. So that's a nice little run up there. I believe it came close to the next target, something like that. I don't know. I'll have to look. VIVS hit take profit 1. MGLD didn't hit anything. ANL entry was 350. Take profit 1 was 1490. I don't think it hit. I don't even think it came close on ANL. And then OCG hit take profit 1 and 2. It came close to take profit 3. So that's what the watch list looks like. If you guys are curious and you're not subscribed to the watch list blog, you get some notes here. You get a evaluation here, cleanest setups, highest fade risk, and highest dilution pressure. Okay, give you a little explanation here. Take momentum only, fast entries, fast exit. Take profit 1 is key. Is king. If volume stalls, you're out. No hero trades. I basically broke every one of my rules yesterday. Over here, you guys have the pricing. If you want just the watch list, it's right here, $39.99. If you want Discord access and the watch list, it's $59.99 a month. And then if you want to pay for the year up front, then you save 20%. And instead of paying $719, you're going to be paying $569, and it auto renews. There's what you get. There's what you don't. Got it. Okay, cool. Jrockstocks.com. Learning Center, self-explanatory. Go to one of these. Beginners start here. The first top one's there, and then yeah, blah blah blah. Anyways, so let's go back to that real quick. Where was it? There we go. So number 1 is Fidelity. Number 2 is Webull. It says Webull commission free for exchange listed penny stocks. It's clean. It's a fast platform with good basic charts and mobile interface. Weakness is its limited OTC access. OTC, over the counter. Oh boy, Hound. DKI for Monday. All right, cool. We already went over DKI. Let's see here. Where were we? The weakness is OTC. OTC stands for over the counter. That means it's not on an exchange. It's not NASDAQ. Usually stocks. So think of this. Think of it in a very weird way that we discussed with uh, on my mama. That is a very smart guy. Usually follows the SEC stuff and can give us price targets off of that. Really good dude. He explained it like this in one of the live streams that I did. It was kind of funny, but he explained it as streetwalkers. So streetwalkers, if you're one of the higher paid streetwalkers, you're on a very popular corner. So let's say Nasdaq is your popular corner. Okay. If let's say you get beat up and you get a little nasty and you carry diseases and stuff like that, well, you get demoted. You get like the corner that nobody likes to go to. You're not so um you're not so wealthy people go to, and you're on that corner, which means you don't get a lot of eyeballs, which means you don't produce that much. You're still there, you're still trading, but you don't really have the rules that an exchange has. Now, get this. Exchanges that have rules, your Nasdaqs, you know, we'll just call it Nasdaq. Nasdaq itself, it's a for-profit. So for-profit exchanges, guess what? They'll let stuff like Mullen happen over and over and over. Why? Because it benefits them to keep that stock on the Nasdaq. They have to pay fees. They have to pay fines if they're screwed. They're screwy. Now, do they grease people's palms? Of course, Mullen had to grease some palms to stay on that exchange after it's done reverse split. I think it did like 6 in 1 year. Yeah, it's not supposed to happen like that. You're supposed to be thrown off the exchange to stay on the exchange, which you don't even get the damn transcript to let you know what happened in that conversation in that room, why they let them stay on the exchange. You don't get a transcript, you don't get anything. So it benefits the NASDAQ to keep stuff like that on. OTC is your worst corner of probably like a probably like a neighborhood street instead of like a big street. All right, so there's that. Then you have Trade Station. That is the next good one after Weeble. You have Trade Station, and that one is excellent for OTC access and active traders. It's strong desktop and advanced order tools. Some fees for level 2 data and not as intuitive. Great if you trade OTC heavily and leverage desktop execution. All right, mid-tier interactive brokers, decent OTC access, low per share pricing, powerful platform, but fees and platform complexity bite if you're scaling. Let me put this on the screen so you guys can actually see it and kind of follow along, I guess, huh? Right here. So there it is. There's Fidelity's number 1, Weeble's number 2, Trade Station's number 3, Interactive Brokers number 4. For number 5, you've got Robinhood. Robinhood, mid to beginner friendly, commission free for listed penny stocks. Listed penny stocks, commission, listed on Jesus, listed on an exchange, which is what we were just talking about. Extremely simple user interface, no OTC access, so you can't do OTCs on it, but very limited tool or level 2. Okay for beginners and listed penny stocks. Not enough muscle for active penny scalpers. Okay. I hate with a passion Robinhood. I had Robinhood. I had money in Robinhood. I decided to pull everything from Robinhood just because they're such a shady ass platform broker. Then you have E-Trade,
solid platform, but $6.99 OTC fee, kill small ticket trades. Tools not stand out compared to others. No cost efficiency for penny stock action. Less recommended. Charles Schwab, Thinkorswim. Told you guys, I don't like it. The only reason I use it is because my little tiny account's on there. I don't like it for the pure purpose of it cuts me dry. It doesn't let me trade in the mornings in pre-market as early as I would like to. I pulled pretty much all my money out of there. Now I just use it for my little tiny account I play around with, which also took a hit yesterday. So I was up $200 on that little tiny account. I started with 200. It got up to 570. I believe it's down to 270 right now. I took a hit on that thing yesterday, bad. Um, but yeah, there you go. So worst penny trading platforms without OTC or pure execution or poor execution. Um, right here. It's going to say right here, example, brokers with poor liquidity, weak routing, or limited order types. All right, so there you go. Best overall, TradeStation, Fidelity, and Webull. Professional OTC, TradeStation, Interactive Brokers. Casual beginner, Webull, Robinhood, listed only. Avoid penny scalping platforms with OTC fees and limited execution tools. Okay, got it. Good. Hopefully that helped. Hopefully that helped. Personally, I like Webull because I've shown you guys one of the reasons I like Webull is just their monitor, their little monitor here. Let's see if I could. What's up, Jay Diamond? What up? Everybody say hi, Jay. Hi, Jay Diamond. This dude's a rock star. He does more of the options trading. Jay Diamond, thank you, sir. Fancy seeing you here. It's been a while. Yeah, I haven't been on your stuff here for a while too, because life's been kind of busy. I'm taking care of my uncle. Monday through Friday, I'm over there from about 8 o'clock to about to about what was it? Um, to about 6:30 ish. Then I get home, then I hang out with my kids, and I pass out like a dog after I post the watch list. There you go. What's up, man? Thanks for coming in here. That's cool. Just going over platforms, made big money with you, bro. Thanks. Awesome. I appreciate that. Hopefully we can keep on making some money here. The watch list is doing pretty okay. The website's doing good. People are growing. I took 2 months off. One, I had the flu, then I had pneumonia after the flu, and then I got into a little bit of state of depression, which any trader out there knows. Halts were insane. Yes, they were. Um, yeah, so I try to keep everybody a little timid on some of these halt stocks. They're tough to wrangle. Thank you very much for the goat. Appreciate you, Jay. We were actually just talking about TCGL. That was an insane one. Or how about ELWP? Or is it ELPW? ELPW, I think it was. ELP. Was it? Ah, shit. No, it was ELWP. There it is. Wasn't this? What the hell was it? It was yesterday. I posted it on the Discord. Damn nabbit. This is what happens. This is exactly what happens. ELPW. There we go. Why didn't it pop up? ELPW. There it is. ELPW. Yeah, this was nuts. It was literally halted all day yesterday. People were like, oh, yeah, got it. And then they're like, oh, I can't get out. I need halt scanner to catch them. Yeah, this is insane. This was actually alerted on the watch list yesterday in the pennies. Not on the watch list. I'm sorry. On the Discord. I'll get it right yet. It was alerted at 62 cents. It was alerted at 62 cents and it ran up 15.27. I still have to do a analysis on my my alerts on the Discord because this was the day before. I'll show you. This was pretty cool. I enjoy doing this stuff so badly. It's so much fun when the targets hit. And I explained to you guys why I suck as a trader. I explained this to you right here. I'll show you. So over here, you've got what the previous day looked like for me here on the alerts on the Discord right here. So this was 129 right here. This is how it worked out. The only one that nailed me, this one hurt. This one hurt real bad. This little butthead right here. I got in and decided to tank, but alerted CATX that ran 68% from the point of the alert. VIVS alerted 265 ran 106%. RPGL 57 to 189. That was a beast. Hit 231%. So that was awesome. And that's why, that's why I like it when people are on the Discord. That's why I'm trying to grow that community. Some people say it's trying to get rich off of people that, don't charge for going live and don't charge for this and that. Um, Man, I have a family I need to support, and considering that I'm not the best trader because of my emotions, and shoot, if you've been on any of my lives and you watched me trade, you'll hear the emotion in my voice. You'll hear the emotion in my swearing. And you'll even see it in my eyes. I think you can see it in that little picture down below. I got 3,000 shares, ELP 125. Woo! Woo! J Diamond, damn. Beast mode. I couldn't get in. It wouldn't even let me in. I tried after the halts, it wouldn't let me do it at all. Nothing a hard drink can't fix. Haha. Well, see, that's the problem though. A hard drink, a hard drink will make your trading a lot worse because it makes you more emotional. But hey Jay, I don't know if you're into this stuff, man. This stuff is good. I don't know if you heard about it. I'll show you the bottle. It's really good. This is Charles Goodnight. Look at that sexy bottle, man. That is a good looking bottle. You see that bull? You see that bull? Oh, man. Why? Because I'm bullish AF. And right now, because you're on here with me, Jay, it's been a while. I'm going to go ahead and take a little sip of this apple juice here for you. I'm running low. I'm going to have to go pick up another bottle. But, you know, hey, if you guys want to donate to the Apple Juice Fund, more than happy if you just go to the Cash App and do that. Here, Jay, this is for you, man. You've been an awesome guy. I hear people talking about you, man. Hey, thanks a lot. Thank you for that, Jay. Appreciate you. I hear people telling me that you're consistently talking about me on your live streams. Hey, and I appreciate everything. You know that. Um, but again, here's to you, Jay. Cheers. Wow, that is good. That's for you, man. Cheers. Um, all right. What stocks do you guys want to talk about? You guys have anything that you guys would like to go over before I go and hang out with my kids? Do. Check out the setup, Jay. This is the new thing. I finally since since TikTok now allows Mac to have live studio. Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate all that. Appreciate you. Since Mac actually, or since TikTok, isn't that cool? And I put out there the indicators that I use. The indicators when I trade, I don't use those indicators. The only reason I have them on the screen is to be able to say things like, "Hey, it's going to go to the green line or it's going to go to the blue line." And I put them up there so people can set their stuff up exactly the same way that I do. Man, Jay's got his fingers stuck on the gifts. Oh, thanks, Jay. Appreciate you, man. Um, but I have people saying that DKI is going to do something Monday. I'm not a firm believer in that. Jay, what do you think? You think DKI is going to do anything Monday? Here's DKI right here. This is a 5-minute chart. What I was explaining is the 30-minute chart to people here. This is the 30-minute chart. This has a gap at 234 up here. So possibility that it gets there, sure. The consensus is when you find a gap, it's a magnet. Does it work every time? No. Does it work sometimes? Yes. I'd say probability of it working out probably about 38%, if not a little less. The only reason I say that is because if you were to follow this stock, when you were to watch the 200 EMA, that's that red line down here on a 30-minute chart. I'm going to go ahead on TikTok. I'm going to turn this into one chart just so you guys can see it better. Here you go. So here, right here, so you can see it better. You can open this up, which is what I like to do. Open it up like that. You'll see what this stock has done. The 30 minutes day by day here. What does it do? It uses that little red line as support and resistance, which most stocks do, right? Look what it does. Okay. It went from right here where we're at right now. We're in the 115 range, right? That's the price it's at right now. Look what it's done before. I want to I want to emphasize this for you guys that are thinking that this thing is going to moon or, do something out of the ordinary. I don't think it is, but I have been wrong before. So if we were to take a look at this thing, look where it spiked to before, right? That little line, that's 150. Okay. It broke through the previous alert that I put. That's your take profit one. That is your take profit two. That is your take profit three. Okay. It did that. It did a swell job. There's that gap. That's where I got the gap from. Okay. 10.8 million revenue. Awesome. So it pushed. It pushed, but it didn't even get that last target, right? It pushed. It didn't get it. Stopped at 150. 150 psychological level of resistance. You got your $1 and your half dollars. Your full dollars, half dollars. Those are your resistance areas, your psychological levels of resistance. This thing hugs. It hugs that 200 EMA on like a 1 minute, a 5 minute. But look what it does on a 30-minute. Well, resistance, 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 broke through a little bit. Okay, from the red line to where it went, that's about 10 cents, right? Yep, about 10 cents. Okay, more resistance. All right, couldn't do it anymore. Broke down. Don't know what happened in between here. You can figure that out. Just look it up. All right, right here. Okay, resistance again. There's your resistance right there. Resistance, resistance, broke through a little bit. 2 pennies. Nothing. Resistance. Finally broke through, but what did it do? It broke right back down. And how much did it break through? You always got to measure these things. So 43 cents, 43 cents to about 50 cents. So 7 pennies. It broke through, right? Right back down. Use it as support, use it as support, broke through. Resistance, resistance, broke through a little bit, not much. Shitty volume, nothing really going on. Resistance, 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 right? So, what are you getting from this? On a 30-minute, something bad happened on 9:30. Only we can figure out what happened on 9:30. Okay? Resistance, and it finally broke through. Finally broke through, right? That was yesterday. And then in after hours, it sucked back down. What is the short interest on this thing? I'll tell you that right now. I'm going to look it up. What is a short interest? Looks like bankruptcy. Oh God. Speaking of bankruptcy and charts that screwed me, TNWP or something like that. That one got me. That one hurt me in the morning. Short interest on this thing right here. Just, you know, eh. So the stock's float is 12.85 million. That's the float. That's what Weeble's telling me. Okay. Shares sold short 46,472 to 53,735 shares. Okay. Percentage of the float is 0.27 to 0.41. Okay. So those that are saying this thing's going to short squeeze, it's highly doubtful. The reason that I say that is because the short percentage is so small on this stock. So there's one thing, right? Days to cover, um, 0.3 to 0.31, so very low. Minimal short pressure, sub 1%, got nothing there. There's zero possibility this thing's gonna squeeze. What could have happened right here? People covered right here. That's what you had. That's it. I don't think this thing's gonna go back up. I think it's gonna come back down to this little red line, as I explained earlier. Possibilities, maybe it pushes a little bit, but I'm very doubtful. That's my take on this thing. Maybe it'll get back up to about 79 cents. Best case scenario, it gets back to $1.07, but I'm very doubtful. So that's my take on it. Jay, what do you think? Feb 13 meeting. Okay. Check the news 4 days ago. All right. Let's see what happened to this 4 days ago. 20, yes, yeah. So 20 hours ago, they reported that 27% increase in revenue. 2 months ago, announced receipt of NASDAQ notification regarding minimum bid price deficiency. Okay. Well, so they got the, were they over $1 for, were they over $1 for 10 days? No. So they're still deficient. They're still deficient. Guess what they're going to have to do probably? They're probably going to do a reverse split. If there's a meeting on the 13th, I bet you they're going to discuss a reverse split. See, before you even put that, Jay, they're going to have to talk about a reverse split on newsfilter.io. I don't see a meeting, but I'm sure if I look other places, I'll find one. So yeah, so they're below minimum bid price. They have to be above $1 for 10 continuous days, not dropping below that price, not dropping below $1. So we're going to be voting on a reverse split. Guess what? They're going to they're going to approve that reverse split because they have to get over $1. Hell yeah. See? Jay Diamond, smart man. Look at you. Heck yeah. The pennies, baby, the pennies. So DKI, reverse split. After the reverse split, maybe it'll have some fun and do some jumping around. Reverse split stocks have been moving. They've been jumping around. So you never know. They will pamp it. They have to pamp it. Obviously, they're going to pamp it before, but how do you know that this wasn't the pamp? You know, when they do pamp it, if it can break through 150, because remember that was from back there, from previous days, 150 was a solid level of resistance. If it breaks the 150, you'll get somewhere in the 180s. And if it can break through $2, then you'll fill this gap at 234. But I don't know. I'm very hesitant to say that this thing's going to do anything fun for us. in the coming days. If anything, if you're looking to get into something like this, I'd say I'd wait for it on the 30-minute to get back down to this little red line. If it can hold the blue line, great. But I'd wait for a 30, I'd wait for a retrace back to the 30-day, in all honesty. All right. Any other charts before I got to go? It's about 9:33. I think I've been on here for almost 2 hours. It was 11. Yeah. So after the reverse split, maybe it'll hit 11. Think about that. But what's the reverse split going to be? What are they going to be what are they going to be talking about on that reverse split? You know, they got to get over $1. They don't ever just go, "Hey, let's just barely get over $1." No, they go, "Well, we need to add cushion because we know it's going to come down." Can you check RR? Jonathan, RR. Robotics. Again, we go back to this 30-day chart, right? Let's see what 30 days, what did it do? 30 minutes. Sorry, 30 minutes. I keep saying 30-day. Oh, uses that 30-minute 200 EMA. Pretty good. Do we see any gaps? Do we see any gaps? Any gaps? Any gaps? No gaps. No gaps. No gaps. No whammies. No whammies. Broke through. There's your 619. Didn't quite get there. This 492, that was the first target that I put out probably, I want to say a few days ago. Or no, I may have done it on a live stream like this where I told people like, hey, what I think it's gonna do. But yeah, let's look at the day real quick. All right, the day. Look at this double bottom, this retrace back to the 30 to the 200 EMA. Gotta go. All right, man. All right, the one squib. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. Let's see, big sell off yesterday. I see that. I see that big sell off. What did it run to here? Let's switch this to 4 hour. So the 1 day doesn't show you the pre-market. A 4 hour chart does. So let's see, what did it do? Okay, it's been in a consistent down on a 30 EMA. This is what it does. I mean, on a 30-day. Geez, see, I keep doing it. On a 30-minute, on a 30-minute chart, this is a 4 hour, but on a 30-minute chart, that 200-day EMA has been very much support. Oh, and this is perfect. This is actually perfect. Talking about what I was talking about with you guys when we started this. Look what you have here. Look at the reversal, right? Here's your reversal on a 4 hour. Look at that. That's pretty. And what do you have up top here? Well, you don't have a nice little candle here. Another reversal candle. And then you got that big old monster. Ooh, this is a 4 hour, by the way. I look at 4 hours to think about possible swing plays. FYI. I don't know if I mentioned that to you guys. On a 4 hour, you got a beautiful double bottom. But I mean, these are really hard to play. Hard to gauge. Solid resistance at 619. What do I think R&R is going to do? Now, Jonathan, are you asking about R&R for a swing? Are you asking for a scalp? What are you asking for? You're asking for a swing. Okay, so I was right. That 4 hour chart. So 4 hour chart is what I'll use for swings, just to analyze, see where it's bumped its head, where it's used support. Obviously, you're at support right now on a 4 hour chart. If you look, support, 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 support. support, resistance, resistance, resistance. You see that? So right now at that 333, you're looking at support. If it breaks 333, I would see more downside, maybe closer to the, yes, a lot of downside if you look back here. But on downside, I'd look for about 277. If this thing decides to reverse, which I mean, it's not a stranger. It's not a stranger to hitting $5 or even, this 492. Look, 483 here, right here, 476, right here, you know, right here. So it looks like it revisits about $5, $6 pretty steadily. What happened here after this big drop off, this big dump? What did it do after that? Well, here's your 200-day EMA. What did it do after that? Where did it find support or resistance? Well, here's resistance 228. Okay, here's resistance $3. 204, 204, breaks 204, breaks 33, hits 6 again. 399. When I'm saying these things, I'm trying to find an average that it usually sits at or it finds its way back to. That way you guys can gauge, is it a good swing play? Is it good? Is it going to come back? Like I showed you guys on IBIO. IBIO, over the years, IBIO hits $3. When I called it out as at 120, and I said it was going to hit $3. It hit $3 and it ran higher on a swing play. So right here, look, 341, that's about 320. That white line that I drew right there, 333. See, before I even looked back, I can tell you 333 is a solid level of support resistance. Solid level. It hits it so many times, and that's where it's at right now. So if it doesn't support it and it breaks $3, then you're going to come down to the 281s, maybe even lower. But it likes the red line, the 200 EMA. So more than likely, it's going to suck right back up to that $4. So 335, 333 support. Resistance, your little red line here. That is your resistance, and your resistance is sitting at right now 397, $4. Okay. If we were looking at this on a shorter scale, thank you, Jay, for the goats. Appreciate you, man. If we were looking at this at a smaller scale and not being so dramatic with our 4-hour chart, now we're looking at a 30-minute. Okay. Now you're gauging, like, what's this doing? What did it do in the 30-minute time span? Well, there's your 200 EMA. It hugs it pretty close. How close? How many times does it break above that thing? And where does it sit? On this day here, you've got a range of about, so 362. On the day, it ran to about 408. So what, you got about 50 cents? You got about 50 cents there. Okay, when it broke down here. So 358, there's your little reversal candle, your confirmation, and it reversed nicely up. So 358 to 425. You have 9 lives, bro. I have 9 lives, huh? I am not sure what 9 lives means. Oh, the being sick part? The being sick part? I always survive, man. I always survive. Thank you. Thank you very much, man. It's good seeing you. I appreciate it. Someone bought 227,000 shares at close. Okay. Then you need to go check. You need to check what's it called? Um the buyers, the institutional buyers, inside buyers. What was that site? I don't ever really check the site, but you need to see who bought 227,000 shares and roughly what price. Was it insider trade? What's it called? God, I can't remember right now. I'm having brain fart, but there's a spot. They bought it at 357. Okay. You can check SEC filings. You can do that. Um, but there's really can't remember it right now. I don't know why. Hell is it? You can check unusual whales. You can check that. Where is it? Gosh darn it. I don't know, why am I having a brain fart? I can't. Whatever. We'll pass it. What stock? Big R. Big R. It's up in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. Uh, RR. It's on the upper left-hand corner of your screen, right over here. Bar chart. Oh, hey, that's another thing I wanted to kind of get across to you guys. If you guys are having a rough time, kind of spotting where support and resistance are, thank you, Jay. You triggered something. You go over here. Go to this little guy. Oh, you can't see it because I'm on the single chart. So let's go to the two chart here real quick just to show you guys. So here's your dual chart. Okay, if you guys are having trouble finding support or resistance, you guys are noobs, you're beginners at this, you can go over here. So you go over here. If you've got it closed, that little part goes away. If you go to this little line style, you go to the little candlesticks, you go over here, you just make it in a little line. You see this little guy right here? You click on that. Then, let's say, put it on a 1 minute, whatever. Then you see what a stock's done, where it's hit. It makes it really easy to see, makes it really easy to find your support resistance. Here's your 30-minute. Look at that. And you could turn off your indicators. You can turn these off so you don't see those lines. If you're really having problems figuring all this out, whoops, wrong button. There's that one. So here you go. So you have your volume weighted average price, and you've got the green line. That's your actual. That's um, your actual candles. But it helps you to kind of identify, like, hey, look, it's tapped there. It's tapped 547 a bunch of times. Over here at the top, 555. It just makes it easier, if you look at it like that. And on Weeble, it changes colors for you. So, all right. I think I don't know. RR looks like it's just kind of having a rough time on a 30 minutes, having a real rough time. So, like I said, if it can do the little, God, I did it again. This little eyeball. Go back to the candles because I like the candles. But if this thing can get back to that 30 EMA, 30 EMA, did it again. Man, I am brain farting like crazy. If it can get back to the um, the 200 EMA there, you're good. If it breaks down below this 333, it's in trouble. I don't care who bought it, because that who bought it, if they bought so many shares, they might be looking for a quick turnaround. So 227,000 shares, you know, goes up, they make a good little profit if it goes up 30 cents. And they dump it on you, and then guess what happens? You're stuck like some of these little pump dumpers. So that's why I don't really pay too much attention to that. I try to capture those moves that come back to the 200 EMA, right? So that's it. GME. GME. Oh boy. GME. So I haven't looked at GME for a while. Why? Because I got a little tainted when Roaring Kitty decided to make his appearance and then dip out. But you guys see it's at resistance, right? You guys see that right here? How many times? One, two there, right? Is it going to get back to it? It did. Is it going to get higher? Well, what do you have above that? Again, I don't care if it was a squeeze. I don't care what it was. Look at that. It got back to it. What did it hit after that? There you go. Okay, it's where we're sitting right here, right? We're sitting right here right now at 24.84. What did it do? Well, look at that. It hit there and it hit there and it reversed, right? What after that did it do? Because look, it used that same spot we're in right now as support. You're in at 20? Nice. Good for you, Jay. Has it gone back up to the 200 EMA on a 30-minute chart? And what did it do? Right? Where did it go? Where did it go? After here, where did it go? Where did it hit? So what you got to ask yourselves. Where did it go? Where did it hit? Let's see what it looks like on the day chart. Let's see. Let's scrunch this down so we could see it a little better. What did it do? We got a lot of marks here, right? You can tell I've been watching this thing for a while. This was all previous stuff. Those red lines, those are previous. You're looking at the white lines because that's roughly where we're at, right? Where is it in relation to that little red line down below? Let's change these in a different color. These are bugging my eyes. Let's go gray. What news does it have coming out? You heard they're going to run it again? How many times have they ran it, right? You got to think about that. How many times have they ran it? How many people got stuck above it? How many people got stuck and are diamond handing this thing? You know, what's the short interest on it? All that fun stuff you got to look at. I still watch this thing. I just haven't watched it for a while just because of what it's been doing. And, you know, it broke my heart. Roaring Kitty broke my heart. Yep. Yep. 28.10. All right. So my consensus on this thing is sure, once it gets over that little red line, which it is right now, you heard they're going to run it. I'd say this thing can probably get back to about 28 bucks. The CEO bought more. Well, you know they're going to run it then. You know they're going to run it. Yeah, I'd say about 28 bucks. If it squeezes possibly 31. If it squeezes even harder, well, obviously you got 35. But yeah, I'm not jiving with it. I don't know. You think 39. All right. Well, I'm gonna put a line here for Mr. J, Mr. Big Dog J. All right, let's do that. We'll put a line here. You know what? Because your background is like sunset colors and stuff, we're gonna go ahead and put this little sunset looking one up here. I wonder if I can name it. Can I name that? Can I name it? Let's see. Nah, it won't let me name it. I can, oh, you know what? I know what I can do. I can go in here, I can do something else. Oh yeah, Bubba. Oh God, listen to him. I can go ahead and put some text. J prediction. There you go, J prediction. And let's see. Let's see. They all look like J. All look like J here. Let's see. Do I have a better looking one on here? You know what? Right here. We'll do that. J with the little devil with the ears there. All right. So that is your prediction. We'll put that there. All right. We'll see if it does it. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with it. We'll see. All right, guys. Hey, it's been fun. All right. I'm going on 2 hours and 6 minutes here of being live, and I'm sure my wife is not appreciating me not hanging out, but she is super cool and lets me do whatever I want. So, Jay, thank you for coming and hanging out, guys. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. Cree, sorry, I just got home. No worries. You got shit to do. I understand. Happy Saturday, y'all. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. You guys are awesome. And if you're not a member of jrockstocks.com, you're missing out. If you're not a member of the Discord, you're missing out. And if you're not following Jay Diamond, you guys are missing out. Okay. So hopefully I get to see you guys later on. Um, maybe tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then definitely Monday, 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Remember, guys, read the screen. I'm live Monday through Friday, 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's not financial advice, it is entertainment owning. And please, please just remember, no fucking crypto talk. None whatsoever. All right. If you guys want the opportunity to private message me consistently, then go to the Discord, hang out on the Discord. All right. I do answer questions on TikTok, but it is pushed to the back because I do get a lot of questions on the Discord. What else? What else? What else? There was one more thing. Oh yeah. Have a great weekend. Have fun. I'll see you guys later. Oh, and look forward to my next post. I'm going to post something. Last week, I posted stuff about toxic agents that you need to know about toxic agents, who they are, what they do. This week, I think I'm going to post something on why you need to look at the chart and the SEC filings. What's important about those, how they work, and ELPW. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, guys. Peace out. Have a great weekend and support me and Jay Diamond and Jeff with the Wolf Pack. Peace. Thank you guys on YouTube for hanging out on YouTube with me. That's awesome. I appreciate you guys. We're growing the YouTube slowly but surely. It's getting there. I wanted to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. We're close. We're close. We didn't quite get 1,000, but we're getting closer and closer. Um, Closer and closer and closer. We're at 757 on YouTube. So we're getting there. Not quite where we want to be, but we're getting there. Once TikTok goes stupid and kicks me off or bans me because they want to use my content and not have to put up with me, then I'm probably just gonna be doing it on here. So thank you guys for being on here. Night Owl, are you still on here on YouTube? Do 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 do. I got 3 watching. Well, Night Owl, I know you got your cup. If you can go ahead and post a picture of your cup or you with your cup somewhere, that would be highly appreciated. Um, and yeah, thanks guys for hanging out. Peace. See you guys later on.